Trust the profits, it's the formula here. Yes, we are going to be talking about Breeders' Cup, giving you a preview because we've had a whole bunch of win you're in races already. So we know a lot of horses that are in, and we know a lot of horses that are targeting Breeders' Cup. So we broke it down into a couple different days. Friday, Saturday. I'll be giving you Juvenile Friday, and either me or El Hombre will be giving you Saturday as well. Before we get into that, you might have noticed the new intro. Iron Bets Racing. Go to ironbetsracing.com. They will be launching soon. I mean, what do you need? Getting ready for BC. You need more bankrolls, what you need, right? BC. You can never have enough bankroll going into BC. So launching soon, they're giving away random 25, 50, $100, $500 bonus bankrolls. And on top of that, you get the 50% deposit up to $300 on your initial deposit there. 400 tracks around the globe. Use the promo code TRUST. Let them know you came from Trust the Profits. And on deposits over 100, you get an extra $20 on those first deposits. Real good deal. These are our buddies. So go check them out, ironbetsracing.com. All right, let's move on here. So we're going to be going through 5 races here. Who's in? What do we know right now so far? Who's in each of these races? And what's happened in previous history, right? And on top of that, who are some potential entries and which ones are we interested in most? Or at least talking for myself here, what I'm interested in most. So Mentee, Todd Pletcher, the record setter, is in from City of Light, came in by way of the Futurity into the Juvenile Turf Sprint. We're talking about the Juvenile Turf Sprint now. Whistle Jacket, Aidan O'Brien. Whenever you're talking turf, you got to talk Aidan O'Brien, right? You got to pay attention to what he's doing. You don't see him on the past 5 here, but his name comes up a lot when you look at those turf wins. So he's got Whistle Jacket coming in by way of Ireland, and then Shareholder, winner of the Norfolk Stakes. Those are the 3 that we know are that are getting their entry paid in. They are the win you're in. On top of that, you've got some potential candidates here. I'm always looking for Applebee's here, so Michael Appleby in this case, Big Mojo, Estrus, Arizona Blaze, Celadine, Chasing Liberty, Magnum Force are some of the other ones that caught my attention. Really, Astrus. I think it's Astrus. 6 races, 4 wins, 1 second place finish. You look at the wins too. He's got a G2 win, a G3 win, second place in a G3. He came in 5th place in that Norfolk, the one that Shareholder ended up getting the bid in. So he missed the boat on that one. But I mean, he's got a pretty impressive record up to this point. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm watching here for the Juvenile Turf Sprint, assuming he gets in, hoping he gets in, because that's when I want to be back in here. Up next, we got the Juvenile Fillies Turf. Who's in right now? So Camille Pissarro, by way of Aidan O'Brien, very nice. Won the Qatar Prix Jean-Luc Gagier. Yeah, pronunciation on French, not my strong suit. Mayday Ready, Sire Tappet right there in the Jessamine. Just this past weekend, I believe, Mayday punched her card. Lake Victoria, Aidan O'Brien, Frankel Sire. Always look out for the Frankels. I mean, that right there tells you something. Frankel Sire, Aidan O'Brien on turf. Look out. The Moigler Stud Stakes there. Mark Cassie's got in one more time from the Talma. And then Anshoda is coming in by way of the William Hill Prestige Stakes. And who else is out there? So Vixen, Mark Cassie, Thought Process from Phil D'Amato, Dream Away Wesley Ward, Heaven's Gate, Aidan O'Brien, Totally Justified, George Arnold, Kilwin, also George Arnold in January, Aidan O'Brien. Yeah, so looking here, definitely some interesting horses. The one that pops out to me the most is Thought Process. So Thought Process, 3 wins in 4 races in the 3rd place. Won the Surfer Girl G3. Already won the Juvenile Fillies Turf Stakes at Del Mar. Already on the West Coast as well, so that plays in well. So we look at the previous race here. If I can go back just a skosh, yeah. So West Ward won a bunch. I see Michael Appleby, Charles Appleby. We're still on turf here. Big Eva, Mischief Magic, Golden Pal. What are we talking about here? Aidan O'Brien, Chad Brown, Christophe Clement, Brad Cox, H. Graham Motion. So those are the trainers that you're seeing that are winning a lot of these races. It's a little bit more split up here, but you do see some of these trainers repeated again and again, certain ones that we look for, especially when it comes to turf races, right? And my favorite here of the other potentials, as I said before, was Thought Process. All right, next up, the Juvenile Turf. The Juvenile Turf. Um, Minaret Station just punched her card, his card, I'm sorry, this past weekend. The Castle and Key Bourbon, Zulu Kingdom from Chad Brown won the Pilgrim, New Century winning the Summer Stakes there. Andrew Balding, trainer on that one. Green Impact, the KMPG Champions Juvenile Stakes, and Lion in the Winter, Aidan O'Brien got his card punched as well. The Tattersall's Acom Stakes. Other potentials here, early adopter from Chad Brown, Ivan the Great, Doug O'Neill, Amore City from Charles Appleby, Henri Matisse, Aidan O'Brien, and Al Adora from Charles Appleby. You can see from previous winners here, Aidan O'Brien twice in a row, giving us Victoria Road recently. Modern Games from Charles Appleby. Chad Brown had Structor in there. Free at Will. Michael Maker. So who am I looking at here for my other potential horses? Henri Matisse, 3 wins in 5 races for Henri Matisse. Didn't win the Qatar Prix. Jean-Luc Laguerre came in 5th place in that one, but did win a G1 already, winning the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. Had a couple G2, oh sorry, had a 2nd place in that race. Had a couple G2 wins, that's what I was looking at. The Coolmore Stud Wooten Bassett Irish Futurity Stakes and the Gain Railway Stakes. They love to name their races, that's for sure. Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore off in the jockey. If he gets the mount here, that's definitely a key to take a look at that horse in the Juvenile Turf. Moving along, Juvenile Fillies. Only three horses here have their ticket punched already. Bob Baffert has a horse that came in from the Oakleaf Stakes by Tis the Law, the sire there. Non-compliant from Bob Baffert. Scottish Lassie, Abreu's the trainer there. McKinsey, the sire, came in by way of the Frisette. And Brad Cox has a horse in here, a Nyquist Immersive is the 3rd horse to round out those 3 fillies. So other potentials here. So Baffert's got a bunch. Tenma, Queen's MG is a Saffie Joseph Jr., American Bikini, coming by way of Japan, potentially. So there she was, Doug O'Neill, LaCara, Mark Casse, and then Nooney, another Bob Baffert, as we mentioned before. Previous winners. So just FYI, coming in Justify last year. Justify had a really good run. Wonder Wheel, Echo Zulu, Vanquist, and British Idiom. In terms of trainers, spread out quite a bit. Some local, some foreign flavors there as well. But Queen's MG is the one that caught my eye. Interesting one, right? Queen's MG won the Schuylerville. Didn't look so great at the Astoria. Got 7th place there. Adirondack got that G3 win there. Shocked a lot of people. Had a big ticket punched. Came back with the Spinway Stakes, a G1. Came in 5th place there. Not as great of a showing, but this could be a rebound race. Don't often pick a Saffie Joseph Jr. horse in BC, but maybe the door's open here. And again, I'm not looking at the ones above, right? I'm not looking at the ones that already had their ticket punched. Of those 3, I really like Immersive, actually. If I'm honest with you, I like Immersive a lot. But of the ones below, didn't want to pick a Baffert horse here. That felt too easy. Queen's MG feels like a nice little off-the-chart pick there. Finally, the one we've been waiting for, the Juvenile, right? This past weekend, we had 3 cards punched here. Citizen Bull by way of Bob Baffert. Didn't expect this one to be his big win for this race here, but Citizen Bull was the winner there at the American Pharoah, so Citizen Bull is in. East Avenue, got a lot of profits behind East Avenue. Brendan Walsh horse won the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity, looked really good doing it too. And Chancer McPatrick, a lot of people like Chancer McPatrick, seen it in the comment section. A lot of you guys are behind this Chad Brown horse from McKinsey. McKinsey's got a couple young horses in these races here, so it'll be interesting to see how those fare. McKinsey just won the Champagne, got his ticket punch. Other potential entries. Who are we going to be talking about here? So Gaming, yeah, that's the Bob Baffert horse that I'm interested in is Gaming. Got two big wins for Gaming right now, two big speed figures there. Hard to ignore those. Dapper Moon, I like the Dallas Stewart Dapper Moon horse here. Didn't win last time out, but I think he outperformed his numbers there. Shin Forever coming in from Japan potentially. Owen Almighty, and who beat Owen Almighty in the Iroquois? Jonathan's Way. Jonathan's Way putting up some big numbers at Churchill Downs at the G3 Iroquois Stakes. Maiden special weight before that at Saratoga. Now, we look at some previous winners here. Two Todd Pletchers. I haven't seen a Todd Pletcher horse that really stepped up and looked like he was going to be running in this race. Maybe there's one out there, but at least in terms of what they've got on the BC website, there was no Pletcher horses. But he had Fierceness and Forte before this. Two strong horses that were gearing up on the Derby trail there. Obviously, Forte didn't run in the Derby, and Fierceness didn't run so well in the Derby, but they're nonetheless Corniche. Flame burnt out a little too quickly on Corniche. Essential Quality before that went deep into the Derby and stormed the court. Peter Yurton. Can you say any trainer's dominant here? You could say Todd Pletcher in 5 years has had a really good run, but again, it doesn't look like he's got the horse here that's going to be doing it. So the door's wide open for a lot of other trainers to get their horses in. So that is my summary right now. We'll be doing full field rundowns. I'm sure of it. When we get closer to BC, we don't know full entries yet, so I'm just giving you a flavor of what's out there right now. Hit the like button. Again, check out ironbetsracing.com. Check them out. They are going to be open soon enough. Check out what their deals are. And always bet responsibly, guys. Have a good time.